The group that claimed that the gay community is nothing more than a bunch of sexual deviants are now themselves officially obsessed with coitus. Opponents of same-sex marriage have been saying for years that it was going to undermine and jeopardize traditional marriage. But now that we've had over a decade of same-sex marriage in several countries, that's been firmly debunked. So they played the think of the children card, and we said, yeah, we are. Marriage strengthens families and it helps the adoption process, so it's win-win-win here. Then, of course, they played the religious freedom and the constitutional protection card. And they soon learned that this was not a religious issue, this is a human rights issue, and the Constitution is very much on side with gay rights. So, now that things like logic, reason, common sense, and basic human rights are stomping all over these flimsy arguments, they have a new and fresher approach, and let me tell you, it's a doozy. Have a seat. Robert George, who is a ringleader in this new direction, claims that the only real marriages are ones that have a organic bodily union. Yeah. So what does that mean? Well, forgive my biological accuracy on this, but what it means is marriage only counts if a penis has ejaculated into a vagina. Their words, not mine. So, things like love, companionship, sharing an ice cream cone, building a life together, security, and even raising children, all that stuff is just, white noise getting in the way of doing it. So, the very people who are foaming at the mouth to protect the sanctity of marriage have cut away all the fat and they've whittled it down to just the consummation part. Rob, do yourself a favor. Don't speak on behalf of me or any married couple ever again. I can get a more romantic and accurate depiction of marriage from Hugh Hefner. Okay. As infuriating and as erroneous as that is, there's actually a pretty big upside here. You see, Mr. George and his misguided minions are the ones that are making the case against same-sex marriage. They are fairly prominent voices in fights like Proposition 8 and the Defense of Marriage Act. So when things start getting real and the gavels and robes show up, these perverted marriage pimps are going to be making this case, and they are going to get laughed out of court.
As they should be.
However, I do have to give Bobby some credit. He did give me a pretty good line. Hey honey, wanna have an organic bodily union tonight? Validate the old marriage? Solid. I'm Derek, and I'm straight.
Not narrow.